This is happiness, to be everything at once. Be unblinded, be unlearned, be unbridled and unburned.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Mood Prep. My name is Dave Nixon, and we're going to get stuck straight into it today with a quote that I shared on my Insta story today that old StrongFit shared on theirs, which says, before you heal someone, ask him if he's willing to give up the things that make him sick. Now, let me see if I can... Maybe that's Hippocrates, rather. So the interesting thing around this is similar to the coach by George Goodriff, which is suffering is the last thing that people will let go of, right? I think I just paraphrase it, but the whole point there is that they're both speaking to something very similar, which is for a lot of people, our pain has a positive intention, and that's actually why we keep it around. Some people don't like to hear that. Some people think that that's, blaming them or making them out to be a victim or something along those lines, when in reality, what it's really doing is simply just pointing at the fact that a lot of us do not want to let go of our suffering because it's serving a purpose for us. We are currently getting something from it that we think that we need. And so this can sometimes be attention or the opposite of attention. Maybe we don't want attention. Right? Maybe we want something else. Sympathy. Maybe we want to be. That's how we receive love. Like, there's so many variations to this, but realistically, that's what it is. It's like the suffering is the last thing that people will let go of. Like, it's because it can so often be embedded into their identity. And I obviously haven't spoken to Julian about why he shared this, or the person obviously who came up with it. But before you heal someone, like. We can't heal somebody, right? It's not my job as a fucking trainer or a coach to make change in someone's life. I can't do that, right? And so often in the broken fitness industry that we have, let alone many other industries, the trainer is so fucking proud. They're so motivated to get results for clients. They're not doing it for the client. They're doing it for themselves. They're doing it for their identity. And this becomes an issue because then when the clients do get results, they're doing it for the trainer, not the coach or whatever you want to call them, not for the reasons that are deep embedded within them, right? And here's a whole bunch of other shit, external referencing, external authority, all this other stuff going on. So it's really challenging. I had an intro tonight here at the gym, and these are the things that I talk about. It's like, well, if somebody's not getting results, I'm like, it's not about me going, oh, it's not my responsibility. It's like, no, what's within my responsibility, but what's within their responsibility? And I use the example, it's like if somebody, I think I wrote about this example maybe in my book, maybe I didn't, I can't remember, but, if someone keeps weight on, and there's a positive intention for that, I've known people to do it so that they're no longer attractive to the opposite sex, so they don't get physically beaten, therefore they're protected. So weight to them actually means protection, which is weird to say out loud, but it's true for them. In their mental map of reality, it's true. And so give me a diet, give me a training program that's going to fucking fix that. There's nothing. It's not even broken, though. That's the thing. It works perfectly for them, right? For their unconscious intention, it works perfectly. And so the thing about this is that we have to actually look at the things that are, inverted commas, making us sick, and see and ask this question openly to see if there's an answer for it. Where is this serving me? Where is being poor in my health, in my wealth, or in anywhere else? Where is it serving me? It's really quite fascinating because sometimes, more often than not actually, there is a connection there between other shit going on. And this is my recommendation why to look at the whole fucking human. Look at their whole existence. Look at their whole being, not just their physical body. Because we live in this objective, practical world where we go, oh, they've got this injury or they've got this goal, then here's the solution for it, which is a practical solution. Most people want to lose weight because of the emotional connection that they have with what they think weight loss will give them. And what happens is that there's this, I'm not enough, right? I need to lose weight because I'm not enough. I've never felt enough. That's why I put the weight on, to try and be enough, right? It's weird. But then all of a sudden it's like they've never felt that. So here is a practical solution to try and fix that. That's what the fucking industry is feeding up. We have to wake up to this. We have to wake up to it because it's actually perpetrating the issue that it's pretending to solve. So before you heal someone, well, you can't heal them. But before you play that role, before you're there with them, right, it's worth asking them for their purpose, not for the trainer or the coach, for their purpose. Ask them if they're willing to give up the things that make them sick. Are they willing to give up their suffering? Are they willing to flesh off the old identity? People say in search of a new one, but sometimes it's actually getting rid of identity altogether, right? Let other people identify you, that's fine, but you don't need it. Identity is what limits us, not frees us. And it's interesting because we then disidentify from that, then what happens? What do we identify to? Right? It's sort of like, oh, the person did, they're not attached. They're like, well, they're attached to something else. It's really interesting. So, speaking back on the point around Goodriff's quote as well, it's really looking at this and being like, we have to ask the question to ourselves, wanting to know the answer. We have to ask it objectively, not defensive. Like, we need to get rid of defenses. It's the defenses that are keeping us weak and keeping us a victim and keeping us all of that. When we can let go of that, that's when we actually show our vulnerability. And that's where strength shows as well. And that's where we can start moving through and shedding away the old bullshit that we're not. The things that no longer serve. Because a lot of us are carrying around shit today because of the weight and the value that we used to give it, that it no longer has. But here we are carrying it around as if it's important to us today. And it's not. Back in the day, it gave us a reason to complain, so somebody gave us comfort. Something like that. And here we are today, still trying to do the same thing, but no one's doing it. No one's giving it to you. Because you're an adult now. That's your responsibility. It's no one else's responsibility to make you happy. It's no one else's responsibility to make you feel loved. Right? People don't like to hear that. That's yours. Right? If you don't feel like you deserve love, then no one can make you feel it. And use that word love across the board for everything else. You can only love someone up to the level that they love themselves. So you can only accept love up to the level that you love yourself. On that note, team, I'm done. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you found this podcast beneficial, it would mean the world to me if you'd pass it on to someone else that you think would also find it beneficial. If you haven't already, then make sure that you jump on Facebook, search Beyond the Matrix, actually. I'd love to see you in there. And otherwise, team, that's me done for today. I'm out. Until tomorrow, peace and pizza. Kick today in the dick. Slay the dragon. I'll see you soon.
To be everything at once, be unblinded, be unlearned, be unbridled and unlearned.